MiBa is a national database which in real time collects all test reports from all clinical microbiology labs in the country. But MiBa is so much more than just a database. MiBa is also all the collaboration around the database. So it's a collaborative effort where we build a lot of functionality on top of MiBa and work together between all the other systems. So MiBa is not alone in the world, but part of a big infrastructure.
We expect that the Finnish way of looking at laboratory data and on a national level is a little bit less developed. I don't know if that's true, but it seems like we have had a little bit more help in the national legislation so that we can actually sample all data and present these data to the public and to the investigators and surveillance. And we don't have the same restrictions as they have in Finland, where they, for instance, has no negative replies or answers.
We are taking the steps in different tempi, so maybe you are very forward in biobanking. I mean, you're ahead of us in biobanking, but maybe we are ahead of you in the MiBa way, where we have all the data coming in a central database. But I mean, I think the steps is taken in a different way, because we have had a very sort of rather loose, but we have a very free legislation that made all this possible. But now we are implementing a lot of strict rules and sort of with the GDPR. So maybe now we are slowing down, and maybe Finland is moving faster. So I think maybe you take the steps like this, but we are not all that different.
I think we are much more prepared for the next pandemic if it comes. We don't know. And we certainly have had a lot of testing in how the equipment can keep it all together in a crisis. And I think it has been a really good experience for the companies and for the authorities to see that we actually could do something about it.
MiBa was one of the cornerstones, one of the most important systems that supported both testing and reporting and secure that all citizens could look up their test reports, that we could gather all test reports and use them, all these national test reports, use them for a lot of different purposes. We could build the Corona passport very easily because all the data was there already. We could put data to the contract tracing authorities who make all the contract tracing, and we made all the statistics for the government in real time so they could take very timely decisions.
I think Mylab is such a big player and they give us so many opportunities. Autonic is just a little company in 2 different countries, and now we get a major player on the healthcare market as our base, and we have already a lot of good things we can do together, information and ways of working, standardization and so on. So Mylab can really give us something so that we can build a better national and Danish-Swedish company together.
The European Commission has already decided that that is going to be one of the big issues for the European countries, is to sort of make one kind of standard. They're going to make a platform which is interoperability, or sort of a standard platform where all countries can upload all their data in real time. I think that's going to be really a huge thing, but it's already decided that we're moving that way, not with the same system in all countries, but we are going to speak together. And that's going to be a huge challenge, I think.
EU programs, they always take a lot of time. I have, in my almost 30 years in this business, I have been in several EU projects, and it takes some time. But I have also seen that if you have patience, then it'll be something. So you just have to wait and see.
If you would like to build the perfect system from the beginning that can everything, you will never reach it. We take every so small steps, and each step has been a success story which leads to the next. So break it down and take one step at a time. That would be the way to go. But then I also think that we have a lot to learn in Denmark because we don't have these national or international classifications. So if you suddenly would like to use only international classifications, we have to do a lot of work to get on that one. And also I think that COVID was an easy disease. It's just a PCR test, yes or no. If we are going to what we were expecting would happen before the COVID, we thought that resistant bacteria was the big threat, for the global big threat. And these patterns, I mean, data structure-wise, I think that will be more difficult to sort of modulate or figure out how to. I think we have a lot to do, Peter and I, for the next years. We're not finished with this COVID business. We have the difficult issues ahead of us.